It's Mix 104.1 Boston's Best Variety. It's Greg Daniels, Fast Freddy,
Yes.
Andrea Lauria, Matthew Reid, and Teddy Swift.
Hey!
Welcome back to Boston, dude.
I love it here, dude. I'm so pumped to be back.
So we're backstage here, and a couple minutes ago, you were just on stage with the Fray. How did that all happen?
Well, so they played with us, the other one of these in Baltimore a couple nights ago, and of course I just nerded out, watched their whole set, and their tour manager was like, "Hey man, would you, maybe I could talk to him if you want to get up there and sing," because I was already singing every word to every song they were playing.
Right.
And I was like, "No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't do that for me, really? Would you? They're one of my favorite bands of all time, dude. I just absolutely, I still reference their music when I'm in writing sessions all the time. Like,
that's wild.
This is the best songwriting ever,
You killed
man.
it up there with them.
I
Man.
was,
You
I know. I
talking,
was freaking out, man. I think the first 30 seconds of me up there, I was like.
Right?
Oh, you killed it.
Kind of standing still, and I was like, "Oh, I probably should move." I was just having so much fun, dude. I was so
awesome.
geeked.
How does it feel, though, to be like, you're on par with these artists
Dude,
now?
it's so nuts, man. I was literally like, well, let's pack it up, man. I've done what I've came
Right?
to do, I've done what I came to do.
I'm not heaven.
So real quick, first time I ever heard you, Matthew Reid used to come on the air after me.
Yep.
And he said, you got to hear this dude. So he played one of your covers. I'm not sure. Which one was it, Matt?
Maybe Michael Jackson or...
I'm like, whoa. And then you came to our mix lounge and you performed at the radio
Yeah.
station. Yeah, so this guy...
Sunrise sessions, wasn't it then?
Yeah.
Acoustic Sunrise.
Sunrise.
Yeah,
it was, yeah.
Sunrise. So this guy was the first guy to ever play you on the radio in America. What does that mean to you?
Dude, it's changed my life, in so many ways. And I remember I had this video he had sent me when he played my cover of Louis Capaldi to Louis Capaldi,
Yes.
Actually, I got to meet him, too, back in February around the Grammys. He was at the same party, and I went up.
He's a funny guy.
I just went up and just hugged him, from the back. He didn't know me at all, and I just hugged him, and he was like, "Oh, Teddy, man, I love you." And we started talking about you. I was like, "Man, I don't know if you remember this, but my dear friend Matthew Reid played, my version of your song today, and we talked about it for a bit." And I owe you the world, man. Thank
It's
you.
so funny that some backstory on that. We right across in that studio, the little studio next door, when Teddy was at the station one time. When Louis was at the station, I had him do a reaction to it, and he's listening. He's like,
listening to Teddy sing his song.
Yeah, and he's like, this is good. Yeah, he's good. And he goes, can I fast forward it? And he takes the little mouse and he moves it to a certain point, this one money note.
Just see if he could do it.
Everybody screws
You got
up.
it? You nailed it?
And he's like, holy. And he swore. He's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can
Because-
swear. We'll believe you.
Man, I owe you the world, man. I can't ever thank you enough, Matt, for just every. I mean, when we did the Zach Brown tour, and we
Fenway.
during
Fenway.
like COVID and everything, I got to run into him for a brief second, and it was all shut down, and I was like, I can't believe you came, man. You just always been
fun fact, I never
my
told
guy, bro.
I never told you this, but I got COVID after remember when we were hanging at Royale?
Teddy Swims gives Matthew Reid COVID. Excellent.
The super spreader event of the year.
You did.
I was like, it was worth it. It was worth it.
Right. Why not?
But what a year, Teddy. What a year, man. I mean, the Grammys, Billboard Awards. I mean, it's just crazy. Are you kind of like pinching yourself?
I think I'll get the chance to like kind of. We're done on the 20th, so then I think I'll get to settle down and see where I'm at. It's a mix of just picking and choosing my celebration battles. You know what I mean? 'Cause we still got to work, but I still want to drink. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We all.
So,
Party.
But when you got the Grammy nomination, where were you? And take us through that.
Yeah, so I was in Spain. We were doing Los 40, the Los 40 awards out there, and we had rented this in our hotel because I was getting my hair shaved, and we just had the stream of the Grammys kind of nominations coming up, and so me and the whole crew were sitting there. We had rented out this I guess a room kind of like this, you know what I mean?
No,
And like
room.
conference room, something like that, and then. It was the last one with my last name Swims. I was like the last one that they said. So we were like, "Oh, if I gotta have it," and it's Teddy Swims. We jumped up.
Oh, did you go crazy?
Dude, yeah. And I called my dad, and he made me cry, man. He's like, "Son, look at what you built, son. I love you, baby. You've really done it." And I call him about everything, man. He just cried and cried. We cried, and he's the best, man.
Talking about your dad, a couple quick stories. The first thing you did when you got money was buy your dad a truck.
Bought him a truck, yeah, man. And
There you go. Good.
one of these days,
Good.
I'm trying to, but in a couple of years, I'm hoping we can pay off his house. But
You will.
Well, I mean, all the money you think you're making, man. Where the next year shows are getting bigger. Now we're going from I think we have 25 of us on the run right now. We're going to 66 people next year, and it's like,
oh my gosh.
you think you're making money, and then you spend it. More money. I'm like, next year, Dad, I swear.
So all the hard work paid off. Was there ever a time when you were like, I just can't do it anymore? Did you ever get to that point where it's just like hitting stone walls? And
I wouldn't say that I always try to. I think there's a good balance of some days, always trying to put I prioritize gratefulness, is what I try to do, and always try to even I find even if it's 6 a.m. and I've gotten 3 hours of sleep and you're in an airport and somebody comes up to you and you may not feel like you want to, but I found that it's so much easier instead of just being get away from me to turn around and say look, dog, I'm at 20% right now. Is that okay? I'm I love you so much, and I don't have the enthusiasm that
I got to recharge.
You want, because I used to turn around and fake it, and then it would wear me out. And so now I just turn around and say, baby, I'm so excited. I'm so excited to see you. I really am. I just don't have that enthusiasm. I've been 3 hours of sleep. Is that okay? And people will always meet you with yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah. They understand,
And it's so good when I've just kind of been more vulnerable and open about and honest where I am in my life. And I find that it's always easier because some days you just need to complain, you know? Some days, but then some days you need to prioritize gratefulness and say, man, what are you upset about, dude? You're so lucky, And so it's just, I think it's always a balance, Everybody needs to complain a little bit here and there, and I just do that, go kick some stuff around and come out with a smile on,
Well, we're so glad you're back in Boston. Can't wait to see you tonight on stage. We're looking so forward to that. So it's Teddy Swims backstage at the Deck the Hall on Mix 104.1.